Learning to hunt live animals can be exhausting and exhilarating, but the experience of processing and cooking a meal right on the spot with MeatEater's Ryan Callaghan gave me an appreciation of nature that could only be experienced.
What'd you think of your first turkey hunt?
That's a good question. I loved it. Yeah, I was excited about it. I mean, I didn't know what the chances of actually getting a turkey would be, but I mean, that was pretty awesome. It all kind of worked out. But even if we hadn't, like I was thinking there while we were waiting, because a lot of the game was just waiting, right?
Yes.
But we could hear them all around. I thought, but after a while, I thought, okay, well, maybe that's what it's going to be. We're going to hear them, not even see one. But I was okay with that, like, because I don't have the privilege of just spending that amount of time outside, quiet. I mean, watching the sun, the way it worked up on the hill, and just speckling through the trees. And I could, like, at one point I'm just looking at the grass and I'm seeing every little piece of dew, on every single little blade. And so that to me was worth it right there.
It really just comes down to appreciation, right? And when I take somebody new to hunting out in the field, that is all I care about is appreciation, right? And had you not gotten a bird this morning, but you said exactly what you said, was like, boy, having 3 hours to just sit and watch the sun come up and listen to the birds chirp, never get to do that. That was really nice. Like, that's appreciation, and that's a win. That's one of the things that I value the most about hunting, and certainly what I feel like hunting has given me was this awareness and appreciation for what goes on out here. It's like this I'm going to use this very overused word, but this very primal connection where, you go out, you gather food that came directly from the land. There is no greater appreciation for that food. And in turn, you become very appreciative and very protective of the spot where that food came from.
Waiting for the deliciously fragrant turkey to finish roasting in the Dutch oven was hard. Appreciating the taste of fresh, organic, free-range meat was easy. But as Ryan explains, there's something sacred to hunting that we should not ignore.
What do you think of your turkey? Like, was this process fulfilling? Was it just another day on the job?
I've been wanting for a while now to have the opportunity to take it from all the way of planning the hunt, through the hunt, prepping the animal, to eating it. Like, had we just killed the bird and walked away, or had someone else process it or whatever, I would have been not really fulfilled. Like, regardless of whether we overcooked it or didn't, whatever, it didn't really matter. But seeing it from beginning to end was a big deal for me.
You saw exactly how the sausage is made, and there are no fillers, there are no artificial colorings. That animal was living a fantastic life, if that matters to you as well, so.
And we saw what it specifically had eaten. I mean, we saw like the clover and the corn and whatever else, little berries and bugs, and there is something significantly lost with, I dare say, the large majority of individuals today who really just have absolutely no connection to their food source. Children specifically, as if food comes from the grocery store and that's it. There's no connection with beyond that. And that to me is a little bit of a problem.
It's a huge problem. I mean, it's a huge problem. I get...
Because it relates to all kinds of things out, just even beyond your food source,
It does.
Yeah.
It does, and if you don't want to take part in a process like this, that's totally fine. In fact, I feel like above all else, if you eat food, you need to realize that it does come at a cost. And this cost is, nowhere near the cost of something that ends up thinly sliced in a deli counter somewhere.
The last time I checked, most people eat food. And so this sounds like a concern for just about anyone when you put it that way.
If we can show people that meat at the supermarket, that carrot at the supermarket came from somewhere, that's a win. Making the connection back to the dirt somehow, some way. It doesn't have to be this. But I feel if folks had this type of experience, they'd fight very, very hard to preserve what else is out here, how this food came to be.
Right.
Because it doesn't just appear out of thin air.
So if people are becoming more concerned about where their food comes from, how it was made, processed, etc., and this is obviously a very natural, organic process, but there's fewer and fewer hunters, what's the solution at that point? Do we have hunters then providing some of that food and game for those individuals who are concerned about that? Can that be an option?
It is, and it's already going on, right? I share food at my table with non-hunters all the time.
Yeah.
I make a point to do so. But, you know, once we allow this stuff to become a commodity, then we see it privatized.
All right.
And it's out of touch and out of reach for the normal human.
Right.
If you want to be a part of your food process, it is tangible and it's there for you. But if you want somebody else to provide it, that's just not going to happen, you know. Better have good friends. You know, everybody's very busy, right? And time is this ultimate commodity. I get forlorn, I get depressed if I kill an animal and I can't follow through with the butchering of the animal. If I can't see how that animal was taken care of because I'm doing it. And like I told you earlier, when I process something, I write on it St. Patrick's Day. I write on it, you know, Christmas Eve. And
that's your meal prep.
I'm going all the way through the process, and there are times when I see that turkey walk out into the field and I'm like, schnitzel. You know? That is my Thanksgiving bird.
Right.
Right? Unfortunately, I'm not thinking about my next steps in the present. I'm thinking about this is what I'm going to need to do to get that animal on my plate the way I like it. Right. So even if you can't be this fully involved in the process, I do think you need to seriously respect people that take it to this level.
Yeah, hunting can get a bad rap sometimes.
It can, man. It's got bad actors, just like a lot of other pursuits and passions do.
Yeah.
But, you know, the bulk of the folks are out there for stuff like this.
Yeah.
This video is inspired by our PBS series, Reconnecting Roots. Visit reconnectingroots.com to watch the full episodes or to check out our music and podcast. Give us a thumbs up and subscribe so we can keep making more. Thanks for watching.